Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue with your same module, that is objective oriented programming, and the same chapter, that is chapter number 15, manipulating strings. In the last class we have started about this chapter, that is chapter number 15, that is manipulating strings. That is how to manipulate the string, what are the strings, what is the string, or what does the character contains in a string, what is the usage of string, and how to manipulate the string, that is how to perform the operations on the string. That is chapter number 15. So in the last class we have started with this chapter, that is chapter number 15, manipulating the strings. So today I'm going to continue with the same chapter, but with the new concepts, new topics. So first of all, let's take a quick review what we have covered in the last class, then move to the next topic, that is today's topic, right? So we have started with the chapter number 15. Let's start. This is chapter number 15, that is manipulating the strings. So this says a string is a sequence of characters. We know that C++ does not support a built-in string type. We have used earlier null-terminated character array to store and manipulate the strings. These strings are known as the C strings or the C style strings. So whatever the string that is used, whatever the content that is used, so the strings are known as the C strings or the C style strings. So string is a sequence of characters. So whenever we combine multiple characters together, that is known as a string. Operations on the C string often become complex and insufficient. So whatever the operation that is performed on the C strings are often become complex and insufficient. That is, this is insufficient and becomes complex for making the we can say the for making the manipulation on the string is very complex. We can define our own string classes with appropriate functions to manipulate the string. So it is also the provision to define our own string classes with appropriate member function to manipulate the strings. This was illustrated in the program, that is program 7.4. So that is a program that shows how to manipulate the string, what are the various string manipulation that is used. Okay, thank you. That will be used for making the strings, for making the objects of the string that is used in the C strings classes. So Ensys C++ or Ensys the standard C++ supports or provides a new class that is known as the string. So there is a new class that is available, that is a string. So whatever the header file that is available, that is stored in a string. This class improves the conventional C strings in several ways. In many conditions, in many situations, the string objects may be used like any other built-in data type or built-in type data. So it is also supported as a part of the STL. So whatever the data that is available, that is a part of the STL, that is the standard template libraries. So the string class is very large and complex, and it includes many constructors, member functions, and operators. So string class is nothing but very we can say the large complex area in which there are large number of constructors, member functions, and operators are stored. So we may use the constructor, member functions, and the operators to achieve the string or to achieve the following. So for creating a string we can use the string class, for reading the string we can use the string class, for displaying the string objects we can use the string class. So there are so many operations that is performed using the string. So we can use the constructors, member functions, and operators to achieve the following. So these are the various functions, or these are the various, we can say, the member functions, or these are the various operations that is performed on the string. That is how to create the string objects, how to display the string objects, how to read the string objects, how to find a substring from a string, how to modify the string objects, how to compare the different string objects, that is comparing two strings with each other, then adding the string objects, then accessing the characters in a string, that is how to access different characters in a string. Suppose there is a string that says hello and I want to access only two characters, that is LO. So that can be accessed using the string functions. That is also a part of the string. Then obtaining the size of the string, that what is the size of the string, that is provided by using the strlen function that calculates the length of the string. Then many other calculations or many other operations are performed on the string also. This is the table that shows There are three types of table that is available, that is table 15.1, table 15.2, table 15.3. There are three types of table that is available. The first table provides a prototype of most commonly used constructors. Second table, most commonly used member functions. Third table that lists a number of operators that can be used. So constructors, member functions, and the objects, or we can say the objects of the string, that can be divided into three tables, three parts. So first is commonly used string constructor. The first constructor is only string, there are no argument in this, that is used for creating the empty string, that is there are no argument, there are no parameter that is available. So for creating the empty string we use the constructor string constructor. In the same way, there is a constructor that is a string constant char pointer str. So this is a pointer that is used. There is a pointer variable that is of character type that is used. So this is not cat, this is not chat, chat, this is a char, that is a char pointer str. That is used for creating a string object from a null terminated string. Then the next constructor is string const string ampersand of str, that is used for creating a string object from the other string objects. So this is a table that shows the various strings, various constructor that is available. Then next is the member function that is also used. The first function is the append function, that is the first function. The task is to append a part of the string to another string. Then assigns function that assigns a partial string. Then add function that obtains the character stored at a specified location. So if I want to obtain the character that is stored at a specified location, that is done by the add function. There is the add function that is used. Then there is a begin function that is for beginning the values of the string. So that returns a reference to the start of the string that is available. So the next function is the begin function that gives a reference at the start of the string, that is done by the begin function. Then capacity function, what is the capacity, that gives the total element that can be stored. Then compare function that compares the string against the invoking string. Then empty function that returns the true if the string is empty. So these are the various functions. As we studied in the C language also, there are multiple functions of the string that are known as the string function that is available. So there are other functions, or these are the functions that is available in the C++, that is a important function supported by the string class. There is a end function, there is a erase function, there is a find function, insert function, length function, max size function, replace function, resize function. This is the important size function that gives the number of characters in the string, that is how many characters are available. In the C we have studied about the strlen function, remember, that is used to calculate the length of the string. Here it is a size function that gives the number of characters in the string, that is how many characters are available. So this is just similar or exactly same as the strlen function, but the name is different over here. Here the name is size function, over there the name is strlen function. Then replace function, resize function, swap function that swaps the given string with the invoking string. So these are the various member functions that is used with the string classes. Then next table is the table that shows the various operators for string objects. So the first table shows the various constructor, second table shows the various member functions, and the third table shows the various operators for the string objects. So there are various operators like equals to, that is the assignment operator, like plus, that is a concatenation operator, then plus equals to, that is a concatenate as well as the assign, that is concatenate as well as assigns the value, that is a concatenation assignment operator. Then equality, for checking the equality there is a double equals to sign for equality purpose. Then not equals to, that is inequality. Then less than equals to, greater than equals to. Then there is a subscript that is by the square bracket, then output and the input, that is the C in and the C out. So these are the three tables that is very important, that is the base of the string, or the base of this chapter, that is the string classes, right? So first of all, there first table is constructors, that is commonly used constructors. Second table is important functions, that is supported by the string class. Third is the operator, that is used for string objects. Next is creating the string object, that is how to create the string object, that is the next topic. So we can create the string objects in a number of ways as illustrated below. So there are multiple ways that is used for creating the strings. For example, string s1, string that is the first part, that is with no argument, there is only the string s1. Then string s2 xyz, that is using the one argument constructor, that is the string s2 xyz. Then the next is assignment of the string objects, that is the s1 equals to s2. Then in the same way, s3 equals to abc plus s2, that is concatenating the string. Then reading through the keyboard, that is a c in s1. Then get line c in s1, that is reading through keyboard a line of text, that is also used. So we can also use the operator, that is a plus equals to append the end of the string. So there are multiple parts, there are multiple provisions that can be used for making the string classes, for handling the string classes. So this is just the example that shows how to make the string, how to create the string. So this is that is a s3 plus equals to s1, that is s3 is equal to s3 plus s1. Then s3 plus equals to abc, that is s3 equals to s3 plus abc. So these are the various example that is used, and the two operators that are used as the input and the output operators are also used, that is the c in s2, c out s2, that is the input to the string object that then display the contents of the s2. Then there is a note, that is using cin and the input operator, we can read only one word of a string, while the getLine function permits us to read a line of text containing embedded blanks. So this is the note that says whenever we use the cin and the input operator, that is used for inputting the data, that is for storing into the memory, that is the data that is used for one word of a string, while the getLine function permits us to read a line of text that contains embedded blanks. Next is a program that shows how to create the string in the program. So this is the next program. This is the very important program. So it starts with the IO stream, that is a header file that is used, that is the first program of the string that starts with the header file, that is the iostream.h. So this is the first header file that is used, that is the hash include iostream.h. Then the next header file that is used is the string.h, because we are using the functions of the string. So this is also the class that is used, that is the string.h. Then using namespace std, then there is a int main, that is the starting of the main. Then creating the string objects. In this we are creating the string object. So first one is string s1, that is creating the string object, that is the s1, that is the empty string that is available. This is empty string object. Then string s2 new, that is using the string constant, that is a new, that is new is a string object that is used. Then string s3 delhi or delhi, that is the s3 delhi, that is also argument, that is only using the one argument. So these are the three string object that is we can say that is initialized. One is the empty string object, next is the new, the next is the delhi. Then assigning the values to the string objects. So first of all, creating the string objects, then next one is assigning the values to the string objects. First one is s1 equals to s2, that is using the string object, that is s1 is equals to the s2, whatever the values of s2 that will be assigned to the s1. Then cout s1 equals to s1, so whatever the values of s2 that will be compiled into, that will be get into the s1, So that will be stored in the S1 and that will be displayed by using the S1. Then using a string constraint. So this is the part of the assigning the values. Then how to use the string constraint that is used. So how to get the string constant that is used. Next is using the string constant, that is how to use the string constant, that is s1 equals to standard C++, that is whatever the value of s1 that will be equals to the standard C++. Now this is cout s1, that the value of s1 will be printed, that is the standard standard C++ will be printed. Then next is using another object, that is now initialize one more object. So all the three object that is created, now initialize one more object, that is create the one more string object, that is a string s4 s1, that is the string s4. S4 is the name of the string object, that is the s4, and the s1 is the, we can say, the argument or the object that will be assigned is the s1. Then cout s4 equals to s4, that is whatever the value of s4 that will be printed, that it will be printed by using the s4. Then next is reading through the keyboard, that is next is read through the keyboard, that is getting the values. This is cout enter a string. So reading the through the keyboard means storing into the memory. So this is cout, that is enter a string. So entering a string, or this is displayed, that is this is the user defined, that is enter a string that is defined from the user. Then see in s4, so whatever the string that is entered by the user, that will be stored in the s4. Now cout s4, so now s4 is equal to s4, so whatever the value of s4 that will be stored as a s, or that will be displayed as a s4. Now it is given now s4. Why? Because first of all the s4 is the value that is stored by the s1. So whatever the value of s2, that will be gone to the s1. Whatever value of s1, that will be gone to the s4. So s1, s2, s4, everyone contains the new as a string. Now this is the string that is entered by the user, any string that is entered, so that is a new value of the s4. Then concatenating the strings, that is concatenate the s1 and s2 and the s3, and the output will be stored in the s1. So look over here, different operators are used. Plus operator is used, equals to, that is the assignment operator is used, that is the s1 equals to s2 plus s3. So first of all adding the values of the s2 and the s3, and this that will be combined together, that will be clubbed together, or that will be stored in the s1, that is the s2 plus s3 equals to, or s1 equals to s2 plus s3. Then there is a return 0 for ending of the string. Then this is the output, that is the s1 equals to new. Now s1 equals to, so first of all s1 equals to new, this will be printed s1 equals to new, because s2 will be a value will be assigned to the s1, so new will be gone to the s1. This is first one. Now s1 equals to standard C++, so this is displayed. Now s1 value will be changed from new to the standard C++. Then next is s4, that is again s4 will be used, that is a standard C++. Why? Because s1 will be used. Now s1 contains the standard C++, so s4 gives the standard C++. Then enter a string. Suppose the user enter the computer center. Now s4 contains the computer. Now s4 contains the computer center, that is given by the user. S1 finally contains New Delhi. So now S1 equals to S2 plus S3. So S2 contains New and the Delhi, that is S3. So this is a compilation adding up of the New plus the Delhi, that is a New Delhi, that will be given by the S1. So S1 finally contains New Delhi. This is displayed. Right. Now next one is manipulating the strings object, that is how to manipulate the string objects. So this is the program that shows how to create the string objects. So first of all we have created three objects, that is the s1, s2 and the s3. Then assigning the values of the s2 equals to s1, that is whatever the value of s2, that will be assigned to the s1. Then displaying the content of the s1. Now change the value of s1 to the standard C++, then display them. Then use one more object, that is the s4, then stores the value of s1 into the s4, then displaying the value of the s4. Then concatenate the string, that is concatenating the S2 and the S3, and the output will be stored in the S1. So this is how to create the object, how to create the string object, right? Now the next one is manipulate the string objects. So first is creating the string objects, next is manipulate the string object. Yeah, this is replaced with the new daily. This is replaced with the new daily. That is a concept, because whenever for example, this is the first of all, the S1 S2 will be stored in, or the S2 value, that is a new value, will be stored in the S1, but the now the S1 will be contain the standard C++, so automatically the new value will be replaced by the standard C++. Automatically it is taken. All right. So Larry, your doubt is clear. It is replaced by the new one. So okay. So next is how to manipulate the strings. That is manipulate the string objects. So first of all, we have studied about how to create the string objects. Now next is how to manipulate the string objects. So this says we can modify the string, we can modify the contents of a string objects in several ways. There are so many ways in which we can modify the contents of the string objects using the member functions such as insert, replace, erase, append. So there are various member functions that is available for modifying the contents of a string objects, such as insert, such as replace, such as erase, such as append. So these are the various member functions that is used for manipulating the strings. The program 15.2, this is program that demonstrates how to use some of these functions. That is, some of these functions are used in this program. So first of all, there are two header files, the same, that is the iostream.h and the string.h. The same header files will be used, that is the iostream for the basic input output stream, how to use the cout, how to use the cin. Then string.h, that is the string header file, because we are using the string functions or the string member functions, so it is using the string.h. Then using namespace std, then int main, that is the starting of the main. Then this is the object that is created, that is a s1. So the s1 is the object that is created of the string type. So there is a string s1 that is 1 2 3 4 5. So s1 contains the argument as a 1 2 3 4 5. So s1 has a value that is a 1 2 3 4 5. Next one is creating the string s2, that is creating the s2 object of the string type that takes a value, that takes the argument as a b c d e. So first of all, we have created two objects. One is the s1, one is the s2. S1 contain the numeric values, that is 1 2 3 4 5. S2 contains the character value, or S2, we can say the S2 contains the alphabetical value, that is a b c d e. Then cout original strings are. So this is displayed for by using the cout, that is cout original strings are. So whatever the original strings that will be displayed by using the cout function, that is the original strings are. Then cout s1 and the s2. So prints the value of the s1 and the s2, and that is s1 equals to the s1 value, the s2 equals to the s2 value. Next is inserting a string into the another string. So this is now using the insert function, that is how to insert the one string into the another string. So please carefully it is read it out, that is how to insert the one string into the another string. So this is cout, place s2 inside the s1. So this is displayed, that is place the s2 string or the s2 string object inside the s1. So s1 is the object that is used. So placing the s2 string into the s1. Then s1 dot insert. So this is simply displayed, that is the place s2 inside the s1. Then s1 dot insert, that is the insert function will be used for inserting the content of the, or for inserting the s2 inside the s1, that is s1 dot insert 4 and s2. So 4 will be inserted into the S2, that is the S1 dot insert for S2. Then Cout modified S1. Now the modified S1 equals to S1. So whatever the modified S1 that will be available in the S1. So that is a modified S1. Now the S1 is modified by using the insert function. So places the, or we can insert the S2 value, that is the ABCDE, into the S1. So the S1 will be modified. So the modified value will be printed by using the S1. Now next is removing the string into the, or removing the characters from a string. So first of all, first is inserting a string into another. Second one is removing the characters in a string. That is how to remove the characters from a string. So this is Cout, remove the 5 characters from the S1. That is remove 5 characters from S1. So how to remove? By using the remove function. This is the remove function that is used. This is the erase function, not remove function. So this is the erase function that is used. That is the S1 dot erase 4 comma 5. That is, there are 4 values, so erases from the 4 to the 5. So 5 characters are erased from the S1. Now S1 contains another value. Next, replacing characters in a string. So first of all, inserting, then deleting, that is removing. Next is replacing, that is used by using the replace function. Then Cout replace middle 3 characters in the S1. So this is the hidden page. Don't worry, I have to keep it after the break, that is in the practical session I have to take it. Now there is a int main, that is the starting of the main. So in this hidden page, assume what happened. There are 2 functions that is used. One is for the replacing the characters in a string, and one is for the appending the characters in a string. So replacing means replace any characters in the any object that is used, that is the S1 or the S2. In the same way, appending means append the string to the, or appending the characters to the string. That is appending means adding the values to the, or adding the this hidden page contains the 2 functions that is used for replacing, and that is used for appending. So I will show you in the practical class, don't worry. So this is a replacing, that will be a hidden page. So there will be a replacing, that is how to replace the characters in a string, as well as how to append the characters in a string. Appending means we can say there is a append means moving to the end of the string, or adding the characters to the end of the string. Then there is a int main, that is the starting of the main. Now creating the objects of the, or creating or giving the argument to the string objects, like string S1. So there is a S1 string that is used. There is a string S1 that is available. So S1 is the object of the string, and that contains the argument as a ABC. So ABC value will be given to the string S1. Then string S2, that is XYZ. So the XYZ has the value that S2 has the value that is a XYZ. Then the string S3, that the S3 will be used, that is equals to the S1 plus S2. So adding up both the values, that is the ABC and the XYZ, and that will be displayed, or that will be stored in the S3. So these are the 3 objects. So we can say creating the objects and initialize the value to the objects. That is, S1 contains ABC, S2 contains XYZ, and S3 contains ABC and the XYZ. Now check the condition, that is checking the condition of the if, that is if S1 is not equals to S2, that is checking the condition. If S1 is not equals to S2, then S1 is not equals to S2. This is simply printed. So if ABC is not equals to XYZ, so obvious it is printed that S1 is not equals to S2. Then there will be a backslash n for moving to the next line. Then next is the condition, that is S1 is greater than S2. Now this is very important. If there is a character value, so how is that possible greater? This is applicable in case of the numeric values. That is, if S21 is greater than S2, then simply prints S1 greater than S2. That is simply prints that S1 is greater than the S2. Else S2 is greater than the S1. Obvious, if 1 is greater, then the 1 will be printed, otherwise the 2 will be printed. That is, S1 is greater than S2 and the S2 is greater than S1. Then one more if loop is used, if a statement will use, that is if S3 is equal to S1 plus S2. Now check the condition for the S3, that is if it is equals to S1 plus S3, then see out S3 is equals to the S1 plus S2. So if it is equals to, now check the condition. So if I compile these values, if I add these values, that is the ABC and the XYZ, and the S3 also contains the ABC XYZ. So if they are equal, then simply prints S3 is equals to the S1 plus S2. Then int x, that is the, we can say the variable that's created, that is the x. Then s1 dot compare, that is compares the value, that is the s1 dot compare s2. Now compare the s1 and the s2 if x equals to 0, that is if they are equal, that is the ABC is equals to the XYZ. If it is equal, that is the, if it is equal to 0, that is they are equal, then see out s1 is greater than s2. Sorry, if it is equals to 0, then simply prints s1 equals to s2, that is they are equal. Else if x is greater than 0, that is x is greater than 0 means comparing the s1 and the s2, that is compare function is used. Now if it is greater than 0, then see out s1 is greater than s2, that is simply print that s1 is greater than s2. Else see out s1 is less than s2, that is s2 is greater than s1. So this is simply a statement that is used for the comparison purpose. This is very important. So take the variable and compare the value of the s1 and the s2. Then if x equals to 0, 0, then see out s1 and equals to s2, that is equals to 0 means they are equal. Then simply prints s1 equals to s2. Else if x is greater than 0, then see out s1 is greater than s2. Else see out s1 is less than s2. Then there will be a return 0, that is the return 0 means the we are using the int main, so there will be a return 0. Now this is the a program that shows how these operations are used, that is how to manipulate the string, how to use the insert function, append function, manipulate the string, how it will be possible. This program produces the following output. So these are the following output that is produced by the program. First one, that is s1 is not equals to s2, that is because they are not equal, ABC are not equals to XYZ. So this is simply print s1 is not equals to s2. Then s2 greater than s1, that is the s2 is greater than s1, that is comparing, this is greater, this is greater. Now compare on the basis of their ASCII values. Remember, because characters are not compared with each other. How characters are compared with each other, but the numeric values are compared with each other. So take the ASCII value. What is ASCII value? That is the American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So take the ASCII value of the characters. For example, ABC have a different ASCII value, XYZ have a different ASCII value. So take the ASCII value of the ABC, sum up together, take the ASCII value of XYZ, sum up together, and then compares the ABC value, ABC ASCII value as well as the XYZ ASCII value. If ABC ASCII value is greater than the XYZ ASCII value, then simply prints S1 greater than S2. But here XYZ ASCII value is greater than the ABC ASCII value. So this is simply print S2 greater than the S1. Then now it is using S1 plus S2. Now adding the values of the ABC and the XYZ. So whatever the value of ABC and whatever the values of XYZ, they are clubbed together, they are summed together, they are concatenated with each other. There is a plus sign, that means a concatenation of the string. So the XYZ and the ABC are concatenated with each other and stored in the S3. Now compare whatever the value of S1 and the S2, that is also the ABC XYZ, this is also ABC XYZ. If they are equal, then simply prints S3 is equals to the S1 plus S2. So this is simply prints S3 is equals to S1 plus S2. Why? Because both the strings or both the objects contain the same value, that is ABC XYZ. Now next is compare the S1 and the S2. If they are equal, then simply prints S1 is equals to S2, and if x is greater than 0, that is they are not compared with each other, S1 is more than the S2, then simply prints S1 is greater than 0, otherwise S1 is less than S2. As I told you that XYZ has a SKY value that has a more SKY value as compared to ABC SKY value, so this is simply prints this is S1 is less than S2. So this is nothing but the program that shows how to manipulate the strings, how to manipulate them using various concepts. Now next is the string characteristics. I'm not going to start right now. Let's take a break right now, then move to the practical approach of these two examples, that is how to create the string objects and how to manipulate the string objects. And if the time left, then moves to this topic, that is the string characteristics. And tomorrow is the last class for this module, because these are the only two topics that is left, that is the string characteristics, and the one more topic is left, that is a comparing and swapping. All these chapter and after this chapter, these are the chapter that is not related to your course, that is the NSI C++, that is not related to our C++, that is the NSI C++. All right, this is the last chapter and there are only two topics left that will be covered in the tomorrow's class. So tomorrow is the last class for this module, that is object oriented, and from the Monday onwards I will be continuing with your new module. I am starting a new module, that is your next module, that is your database design concepts, that is for the semester 2, that is a database design concepts. All right, so let's take a break right now, then moves to the practical approach of creating the objects and the manipulating the objects. So let's take a break right now. So come back from the break, let's start the session again. Now let's move to the practical approach of the string class, that is how to create the objects and how to manipulate the objects. So let's move to the practical approach. So first of all, the first program says how to create the string object, that is creating the string objects in the C++. Now this is a program that shows creating string objects. Creating string objects, right? So it starts with the header file, that is a hash include iostream.h, then hash include string.h. So these are the two header file that is used. Then there will be int main, that is the starting of the main. Then there is a string that is declared as a s1, then string s2 that contains the value as a new, then string s3 that contains the value as a Delhi. Now this is the creating the string objects. So I'm giving the comment just like given in your book, that is creating string objects. Then next is assigning value to string object. Now s1 is equals to s2, then it is printed cout s1 is equals to s1. So whatever the value of s1, that will be printed. Now using a string constant, that is s1 is equals to standard C++, then cout. Now s1 is equals to, now s1 has a value that is equals to s1, that will be moved into the new direction. This is printed, that is now s1 has a value that is change. So this is now using another object, that is a string s4. What does it contain? That is a s1 value. Now cout s4 will be displayed, that is s4 equals to, that is what's the value in the s4, or s4 equals to s4, that is moving to the next line, that is a /n/n. This is using the another object. Now next is reading through keyboard. Then cout enter a string that will be given. Now cin s4. Now cout. Now s4 has a different value, that is now s4 equals to, what does it contain? That is a s4. Then it is moving to the next line. Now next is concatenating strings, that is how to concatenate the string, that is s1 equals to s2 plus s3. Then cout s1 finally contains, what does it finally contains? That is a s1. Then there will be a /n for moving to the new line. Then there is a get ch. Then there is a return 0. Then there will be a closing of this one. If I compile this code, there are 10 errors. Undefined symbol string, that is not defined. So this says undefined symbol, that is a string. We have used using namespace std. If I compile, there are total 11 errors. Undefined symbol, this one iostream.h. First of all, I have to save this file, turbo c, that is a string. .cpp that is already available. That is a string 1, right? Now this is used for creating a strings that is not available. This is, there is a int main, that is a starting of the main that is used. If I used void main and if I compile it, there are 12 errors. Undefined symbol string that is not defined over here. There are 13 errors. Unable to open the file, that is a string.h. Next, hash include connew.h, that is the starting of the main. If I compile, there are total 10 errors. Declaration syntax error, that is, this is not valid in C++. Then next error is your undefined symbol, that is statement missing. Then this is also statement missing. Undefined symbol s1, s2 missing. So this s1 and s2 are not defined over here. That is, these are the objects that is not taking up, right? This string object will not used over here. If I use string s, that does not become white. If I use this one, if I compile this program, there are total 10 errors. Declaration undefined symbol string, that is not a valid case. There are currently 10 errors and this. If I remove this file, undefined symbol string, that is not acceptable, that is, the string is not acceptable. Yeah, I think so, Larry. These programs are not working with this version of Turbo C++. This is working with only Windows 8 or the Windows XP Turbo C++. So these are the various program that is not, we can say, the run on this program. Okay, because uh, till exception handling, there are some few errors, there are some few programs that is acceptable with the C++, but these programs are not acceptable with the Turbo C++. Now if I yes, it works with the Visual C++ 2005. So you have tried it, these programs on the Visual C++ 2005. So it's working over there. So it is, so it's working over there. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, sure, sure, sure. So this is not acceptable over here. So there is not wastage of time. There is no manipulation program that is also running over here. So let's move to the next theory part. We will try to do this in the same Microsoft Visual C++ 2005 that is told by the Larry. Okay, all right. Now, one more important announcement that I'm trying to do right now. there will be a second assignment, or there will be a first assignment of the next module, that is a procedure programming module, will be uploaded in the LMS on the yesterday. That is, yesterday I have uploaded in the LMS first assignment of the module procedure programming. Listen carefully. There are total two module assignments of each module. We have already given one assignment of the object oriented, but one assignment is pending of the object oriented. Now I have given one assignment of the procedure oriented. In the same way, I will give within 2 or 3 days one assignment of the e-commerce. So first of all, the one assignment will be completed. Then one assignment of the computer system. Then second assignment of the object oriented, second assignment of procedure oriented, whatever the time plans or whatever time permits. So there are two assignments of each module, right? So this is a module we have uploaded the first assignment of the procedure oriented in the yesterday's and the LMS. So please take it over there, and if there is any doubt you can ask from me. Everything is same, just similar to the object oriented. Same report, same everything, same designing, same diagrams, everything is same. So download it from LMS whenever you have time, and please let me confirm if there is any doubt. There is a deadline that is given in that assignment also, start date as well as the end date. All right. Now, any doubts anyone in this assignment part? Any doubts about the assignment 1 of the procedure oriented? Any doubts about the assignment 1 of the object oriented? Any doubts anyone? Yes, Joseph. Yes, Joseph. Good evening, Joseph. How are you? Yes, Joseph. Yeah. No, 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 no. That is totally different. Larry submit to me one assignment of the class diagram. That is very perfect. So Larry, my question is to you. How do you from where you fetch that class diagrams? Yes, there are so many class diagrams that is available on the internet. So Joseph, do search on the internet and try to get the class diagram. They are not flowchart. That is totally different. Okay. So we have uploaded one assignment of the procedure oriented yesterday. Please download it and try to solve the assignments. And again, there are same scenario. There are three tasks. Task 1 will be completed. Submit to me. Task 2, submit to me. So you can also submit the task by task, or if you want, you can submit in totality, club together all the tasks at one go. It's your choice, not my choice. Okay. All right. So, shall I continue with the theory part, or shall I stop this class over here only? Because that's why I'm asking this question, because you have no time for preparing the assignments. That's why I'm asking. Shall I stop over here? Shall I continue with the class? Because assignments are the major category, are the main part of this session, of this module, of this, we can say, this diploma. Because without assignments you are not graded up, you are not taking the certificate diploma for this course. Yes, Larry. Yes, Joseph. No, no, no. First of all, you have to submit to me, then I will give the feedback. If everything is positive, then you have to put the signature on that. Yeah, on the later on, when compiled all the modules assignments. So, shall I continue with the class, or shall I stop the class? You need a time for the assignments. Yes, Larry. Yes, Larry, tell me. Yeah, there are some hidden pages. Yes. So I have a choice or I have an idea about this. So I scan all whole chapter of this, that is a last chapter, that is a STL, and mail to you after scanning each and every element. All right, Larry. But this, Larry, this takes 1 or 2 days. Till Monday I will do this. Scan each and every page of the this chapter and then mail to you each and every page of the module. Okay, na? So shall I continue or shall I stop the class over here? Tell me, Larry. Tell me, Joseph, your opinion. Shall I continue? Shall I stop? Yeah, for sure. That will be finished. Don't worry. So let's continue with the session. So just give me 2 minutes. I'm just coming within 2 minutes. All right. So let's continue the session. So next topic is the string characteristics. That is, what are the various characteristics of string? What are the various features of the string that is available? That is the string characteristics. So the class string supports many functions that could be used to obtain the characteristics of the strings, such as size, length, capacity, etc. So class string has supports many functions or has many functions that could be used or that can be used to obtain the characteristics of the strings. So whenever we use the class string that contains many functions that would be used to obtain the characteristics of the string, to obtain the features of the strings. Now what does the feature or what are the features that contains in a string, such as size, length, capacity, etc. So there are so many characteristics, there are so many features that is available, there are so many functions that would be used to obtain the characteristics of the string. What are the characteristics of the string? That is a size, length, capacity, etc. The size or length denotes the number of elements currently stored in a given string. Size means the size of the string. Length means the length of the string. That is, the size of the string or the size or the length denotes the number of elements that is currently stored in a given string. That is, there are total n number of elements. For example, if a string contains 5 elements, that is, the size of the string is 5 or the length of the string is 5. So whatever the elements, whatever the number of element that is stored in a given string, that is available or that is fetched or that is we can say that is obtained by using the function that is a size or the length function. The capacity, so this is the size or the length, that is a number of elements, and the capacity that indicates the total element that can be stored in a given string. So number of elements that give that denotes the size and the length, and the total element, that is the total elements means the total number of element that can be stored, that gives the capacity. So one is the number of elements, one is the total, that's the maximum limit that gives the capacity of the, or that indicates the total elements, or that is the capacity of the given string. Another characteristics is the maximum. Another characteristics is the maximum size, which is the largest possible size of a string object. That is the maximum size. What is the maximum size that is available? That is the maximum size of a given string that the given object or the given system can support. Program for 15.4 illustrates how these characteristics are obtained and used in an application. This is the program that shows how these are obtained and used in an application. Right. Then this is the program that shows how to obtain the string characteristics. That is, it's the program that shows how to get the characteristics of the string. So this is, first of all, there will be a header file, that is a hash include iostream.h. This is the first header file that is used, that is iostream.h. Then the next header file is the string, because we are using the string, so there is a header file that is included, that is a string. So there are two header files, one is the hash include iostream.h, one is the hash include string.h. Then there will be a using namespace std, that is a line that is used. Then void display, that is display is the name of the function and the void is the return type. and the argument that is used is the string ampersand of str. That is, the string is the name of the class, then ampersand str, that is the address of the str will be taken up. That is a void display string pointer str. Then cout size equals to, so this is displayed, that is size equals to whatever the size of the string that will be displayed, that is the str dot size function. So the size function will be used for storing the for giving the size of the string, that is the str dot size. Then there will be a backslash n for moving to the next line. Then cout length equals to, that is the length equals to, it is printed as it is, and the str dot length function. Now the length function will be used to calculate the number of elements that is stored in the or that is available in the string, that is the number of elements that is given by the, or that is denoted by the str dot length. So one is the size, one is the length. Then the capacity, that is the total number of elements or the maximum total number of elements that will be stored in the string, that is cout capacity equals to str dot capacity. That is the str dot capacity means the capacity function will be used, that is used with the string, that is the str dot capacity. Then cout maximum size, that is the maximum size is the, this is the largest possible size of a string object that the system can support, or that the given system can support. That is what is the maximum size limit of the string that is provided, or that is given by the function, that is the max size function. So the maximum size equals to str dot max size. So the max size function will be used to give the maximum size of the string that could be taken by the system, by the computer, by the machine. Then cout empty equals to, that is the empty equals to whatever, whether it is empty or not, that is the str dot empty, yes or no. There are two answers that is available with this one, that is yes or no. So if it is empty, this is the conditional or the conditional operator that is used. So if it is, this is empty, if this is the output that is given, it is empty. So first is yes, then no. So if it gives the value as a 0, that is it is empty, then prints the yes. It is no, then prints the no. So this is a conditional operator. How do I know this is a conditional operator? Because the question mark is used. Whenever a question mark and the colon will be used, this is known as the conditional operator or the conditional statement. So in this function there are multiple lines that uses various functions like size function, length function, capacity function, max size function, and the empty function. The size and the length is used for calculating the total number of element that is available in the string. Capacity means the maximum capacity that is, or the maximum number of element that can be stored in the string. And the max size is the maximum size that the object can take up. That is the, what is the maximum size that the object can take up, or what is the maximum size of the object that is done by the, or that is denoted by the max size. Then empty, that is checking the condition whether the string is empty or not. That is checked by using the conditional operator, that is the str dot empty, then there is a question mark, then yes or no. Then cout /n, that is moving to the next line, that is going to the next line, that will be done by the 2/n, that is gap of the two lines. Then there is the int main, that is the starting of the main. Then string str1, that is the object is created as a str1, that is of string type. Then cout initial status, that is what is the initial status of the string. Then display, that is displaying the values of the, or displaying the object, that is the str1. Then cout enter a string in one word. Then cin str1. So this is the initial value. What is the initial value of the str? That is displayed by using the function, that is a display function. Then cout enter a string, that is one word is entered. Then cin str1. Now status is again changed, that is also displayed using the display str1. Now str1 dot resize. Now resize to the str, or the str1 object will be resized to the 15 characters. Now the str1 contains the resize to the 15 characters. Then cout status after resizing. So what is the status after the resizing? That is the display str1. That is, the display function will be used to store the str or to display the str function. So after resizing, what is the size of the str1 that will be displayed by using the display function. Then moving to the next line, there will be a gap of the next line, that is a cout backslash, and then there will be a return 0. Then the closing of the int main. So this is nothing but the int main that shows one object will be created, and first of all simply prints the value of the str1, then change the str1, now display the status of the str1, then resize the str1, then display the what is the size of the str1. This is the program that shows what are the various characteristics of the string. So this is all about the program. So that's all for today's session. I'm not going to continue with more. One more announcement. Please bring each and every doubt that is related to this module, that is the object oriented module, because tomorrow is the last class for this module, that is the object oriented. So take or bring almost, you can say, almost every doubt that you can have, or as much as you can possible doubt, so that your doubts will be cleared in that tomorrow session. And from Mondays onwards we will be focusing on the new concept, new semester topic, new module, that is a database design and concepts. So please bring as much as doubts as possible in the tomorrow's class. All right, that's all for today's session. If there is any doubts, any suggestions, you can ask from me. So thanks a lot everyone. Bye bye.